Quick, what do you think of when you hear the word Japan? Exactly. The list of remarkable, fascinating, and enigmatic things about Nippon is long. And if you start Googling Japan-related topics, you will end up in a rabbit hole that is bound to both inspire and scare the shit out of you. So today, my 5GN research team and I have made things just a little easier for you to digest by curating 5 cool things about Japan that you may or may not know about. Ikimashou!
5 golden
nuggets.
5 golden nuggets.
5 nuggets.
5 cool things about Japan.
Nugget 1.
Customer service. In America, it is said that the customer is king. Well, in Japan, it is the system that is king. And queen, and prince, and princess, and emperor, and empress. So once a way of doing things is set in Japan, you can count on it 9.5 times out of 10, whether you agree with it or not. Customer service is no exception. So here are a few customer service flourishes that you can expect in the land of the rising sun. Courtesy and ritualistic politeness seem to be a requirement of being a good Japanese citizen. You will be greeted enthusiastically and thanked relentlessly pretty much everywhere you go as a customer in Japan. The staff will call out to you as you enter and as you leave. Clerks and cashiers are downright eager to wait on you as if you were their customer soulmate foretold in a dream. And when you are paying for your food or goods, the staff are well trained to be very respectful and courteous in how they handle your money or credit card. Customer service in Japan is a little better than customer service in the United States. Japan's customer service staff is attentive and service-focused throughout the transaction. No private chatter, rolling eyes, yawning, or complaining that they're supposed to be on a break. Gift wrapping is in a league of its own in Japan. Most shops, large or small, will not only gift wrap your goods, but do it so meticulously that the receiver might not even want to open it. And did I mention they do it with a smile? So viewers, take a look at your country's customer service. Now back at Japan's. Now back at your country's. Now back at Japan's. Sadly, your country's customer service is not Japan's. I'm next in line.
Nugget 2.
Quality control. Things work. Working things are maintained. Broken things are fixed. There are no potholes. Products are reliable. It used to be that made in Japan was some kind of mocking criticism, but now Japanese quality is pretty much established as the standard bearer for all sorts of production, engineering, and design in the world. From consumer electronics, appliances, and everyday goods, to automobiles and luxury products, you can consistently expect strict quality standards in Japan. And if you have used or bought Japan-made products in your country, then you probably already have known this to be true. So make no mistake about it, made in Japan is now pretty much a badge of quality more often than not. If you want a car or flat screen TV that may outlive you, a hotel room that is both spick and span, and even a secondhand guitar that has been inspected as if it's heading to Sotheby's, then Japan is the place for you to get it. The attention to detail and quality in Japan cannot be overstated. Whether national pride, training, the monosquidi ethic, or superior production systems, Japanese products have stellar form, function, and reliability. And things are clean. Malls, sidewalks, gas stations, trains, parks, you name it, there is very little tolerance for litter or unmaintained public spaces. You will often notice diligent uniformed cleaning crews toiling away, preparing trains for departure, neighbors gathering trash from public spaces, employees cleaning in and around their offices in shifts, school students taking part in cleaning rituals, and so on. Clean and maintained public spaces are clearly a matter of national pride and priority. Sometimes you can't find a damn trash can when you need one, but that's another story. The theme here is attention to detail, from the quality and durability of products to the design and maintenance of public spaces. Nothing is left to chance, and if you do find neglect or defects, things are sorted out with the quickness. Shopping for goods and services in Japan is a lot like doing so in the US, if the main places you patronize were Apple, Nordstrom, the Hilton, and Disneyland.
Nugget 3.
You probably won't get shot. If you are a fan of not getting shot by a gun-toting nut job, then you may want to put Japan on your list of top destinations to retire in. Japan and the US are actually sort of mirror images in terms of weapons homicides. The number of people killed with guns in Japan is about the same as the number of people killed in America by samurai swords. wielded by actual samurai. While the country is certainly not violence-free, Japan's crime rate is very low, and its gun crime rate is virtually nil. Outside of the police and the military, the only group that is allowed to possess guns is hunters, and that possession is strictly regulated. The police even check hunters' ammunition inventory to make sure there are no unaccounted shells or bullets. As for handgun murders, the US rate is 200 times higher than Japan's. To put it all in perspective, the US saw more than 12,000 firearm-related homicides in 2008, while Japan had 11.
Nugget 4.
Tough love and health. It may be disappointing at first, but dishes in Japan feature very little extraneous cheese toppings, calorie record-breaking sauces, and batter frying as the go-to cooking method. And replacing the onslaught of sugar-infused soft drinks is a ubiquitous standard of water and tea. It does take some getting used to, but your blood sugar and bodily fat will thank you. Food portions are about 65% of what you probably expect, and you will be surprised at how small a single portion snack food is at a shop, supermarket, or grocery store. Portion control and a variety of fresh and generally unadulterated food dishes has yielded clear health results, not the least of which is a fairly slender and non-obese citizenry. And if you insist on ballooning up anyway, Japan has made it very hard for you to find clothes that fit. Clothing sizes are not diverse. You will not find a variety of clothes if you are a size outlier from Japanese standards. If your waist is greater than 36 inches or 28 inches, clothing designers and boutiques will not be kind or flattering to you. Shopping for pants that fit will be a constant reminder that you are way more of a fat ass than you thought before you came to Japan. To illustrate, in terms of weight and height, here are two people that you probably know who could buy clothes off the rack in Japan. They are exactly average size in Japanese terms. And if you are more than a couple sizes north of that, congratulations, you are officially fat in Japan. Having these body dimensions and eating this kind of diet day in and day out assures that most Japanese people stay pretty close to the mean. And maybe if you do the same, you can slim down out of their fat zone.
Well, the first time I went to Japan, I was there for about 5 months, and despite already being at a low weight, I lost 20 pounds or 9 kilograms when I was there. I wasn't even trying to lose weight, it just happened. Japan is a completely different environment from America. The city structure is different, and the food is different. Moving to Japan is forcing a lifestyle change on you. You don't have to do anything, it's being changed for you. That is your biggest block to losing weight out of the way right from the beginning. If you keep that in mind when you move to Japan, you can set up your new lifestyle as a healthy one.
Just by the simple but profound switch to the Japan diet, food portions, and lifestyle, you will notice many of those pounds melt away. Moral of the story, if you really want to lose weight, move to Japan. Eat exactly what the Japanese eat, day in and day out, no more, no less, for 6 months. Congratulations, you have now lost about 25 pounds and 3 to 5 pant sizes. Done and done. Do itashimashite.
Nugget 5.
Learn an exotic language. There is English written all over signs, placards, billboards, commercials, magazines. So you may be given the impression that English is readily spoken in Japan. You would be wrong. Despite years of compulsory English training and lots of English decorating billboards, menus, and commercials, Japan is not what you would call an English-speaking country. However, if you can manage at least some basic katakana, you can understand quite a bit. Do you want hot coffee? Just say, hot coffee kudasai. Want some donuts? Just say, donuts kudasai. Someone throw some hot coffee and donuts on you? Just say, fuck you. Just kidding. Nevertheless, knowing some basic phrases in katakana will give you some ability to navigate simple menus, write animal names, and start sounding at least a little Japanese. Of course, it's best to devote some serious time and study to the Japanese language while you're there, so that you can communicate with the locals in all the subtle and nuanced intricacies vital for a rewarding experience in the country. There are many instances where English is readily available to guide you, describe a menu, give instructions, and so on. This is very nice. But you may also require headache meds as you are routinely sucker punched by what you think is, might be, should be, but alas, isn't English. It is instead words in rows. However, with a little effort and a lot of patience, you can learn to speak both broken English and broken Japanese. And with years of dedication, you're sure to improve to slightly less broken Japanese. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Despite years of compulsory English training and English decorating, despite years of compulsory English training and lots of English decorating commercials, billboards. However, with a little effort and a lot of patience, you can learn to speak both broken English and you can learn to speak both broken English and broken Japanese. What the
Nugget.
赤松クリエイティブ